Hello children, today I am going to teach you the topic birth of the modern India. When, where and how. Introduction. According to historians, the modern period of Indian history began with the death of the last great Mughal emperor Aurangzeb in 1707. The European countries started dominating the Indian subcontinent after getting trading rights from the last Mughal ruler. After successfully fighting a series of battles among themselves and some powerful Indian rulers, the British emerged as the dominant power in the subcontinent. Many factors accounted for the transformation of the British from a group of traders into the architect of India's destiny. Children, Britishers came to India merely as a trader, but the final destination was that India fell as a slave in the hands of the Britishers, and they decided all the social and economic policies of India. Transition in Europe. What is transition? Transition is a period of change. So, what transition took place in European society? From the 17th century, many new ideas, philosophies and institutions started gaining popularity. These ideas, philosophies and institutions inspired people to look for new means and technologies of production and undertake expeditions to distant lands. So the new ideas and philosophies came which enabled people to move to distant countries, other countries in search of market or other commodities or raw material. This distant land opened up sources of raw material for their domestic industries and helped them to discover new markets for the consumption of their product. So whatever was produced in European country, it was sold in these distant countries. The term modern was originally used for the period of European history that brought forward all this development along with industrial revolution. So at the time of industrial revolution, the word modern was coined in European countries. The industrial revolution in Europe clearly relates to British rule in India. The most important aspect of modern period in Indian history. So the British came to India. Why? Because of industrial revolution. They came as trader, but industrial revolution compelled them to rule over India. Industrial revolution. A series of great changes occurred by the introduction of new technologies and invention of new mechanical devices in Europe between the 18th and 19th century. Manufacturing, agriculture, mining, transport and technology were some of the key areas that were influenced by the Industrial Revolution. England was the first European country where the Industrial Revolution started. Subsequently, it spread throughout Europe, North America and rest of the world. Gradually, a competition began among the European powers to explore other regions that would serve as a market for their product and also ensure a regular supply of raw material. This marked the beginning of the age of colonization. That means The Industrial Revolution compelled the European powers to move to different parts of the country, other countries, and take them as a slave, and this resulted into colonization. They started dominating other countries. Colonization. Colonization is a process by which a powerful country dominates, that is, dominates means control, other less powerful country. The country which is ruled is called a colony, while the country that rules it is called the imperialist country. For example, India was ruled by Britishers. So India was called a colony, whereas Britain or the England was called imperialist country. The fundamental goal of imperialist country is to exploit the economy of its colony and derive maximum benefit out of it. The same thing was done by the Britishers. They exploited the Indian economy. Colonization leads to poverty in the colony and brings prosperity for the imperialist country. Colonization of India. In 1600, a group of English traders founded English East India Company, that is EEIC, English East India Company in London. In 1615, Sir Thomas Roy arrived in India and received trading rights from the Mughal Emperor Jahangir for the merchants of EEIC. Later on, they received royal farman which allowed them to set up factories in Agra, Ahmedabad and some other places in India. After their victory in Battle of Plassey in 1757, most of the Indian subcontinent became part of British colony. Thus, the company that came to India as a trading organization became the master of the Indian subcontinent and ruled till 1947. Major changes in India. A number of major changes came out in different spheres of life during 190 years of British rule in India. Number 1, geographical changes. Number 2, political changes. Number 3, economic changes. 4, cultural changes. 5, social changes. Let us take a brief look at all these changes. So we will study about all these 5 changes in detail. Geographical changes. In 1757, the Indian subcontinent was divided into a number of kingdoms and provinces. Large provinces like Hyderabad, Bengal, Awadh were under the rule of the decaying Mughals. There were also some independent kingdoms such as those ruled by Marathas, Rajputs and Jats. The British established their direct rule over large parts of India and maintained their strong indirect rule over princely states. Political changes. British rule in India was first established under the East India Company. After 1857, the British government took direct control over India and ruled the country till 1947. Administrative, legal, military and political structure that formed the backbone of British rule in India were also established during this period. People on a large scale across the Indian subcontinent started opposing the British rule. Economic changes. The most striking economic change during the British period came in the land revenue system. The land revenue system enabled the company to fix high rates, which led to frequent hardship, peasant migration, and rebellion across the Indian subcontinent. Initially, Britishers traded in spices, calicos, and fine cotton clothes, but later on they forced many peasants to cultivate opium. Traditional industries such as weaving, pottery, iron smelting, brass work, etc. were destroyed as they challenged the British trade. Cultural changes. New set of people brought in their cultural practices which interacted with the existing cultural practices in India. Art, architecture, language, literature, and in fact even the way Indian dressed changed considerably during this period. In the field of architecture, the city of New Delhi is a good example of colonial architecture which was a mixture of Indian and European style. In fact, Delhi was called Lutyens Delhi because it was designed by him. Similarly, in the area of art, the Bengal school is a good example where Indian themes were expressed through Western style. In the area of literature, Indian writing in English, which is now very popular around the world, began during this period. Social changes. The important social changes that took place during this period were the issue of caste system, tribal societies, and treatment of women. Caste barrier among the Hindus became weakened due to reform movement led by Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Dayanand Saraswati, etc. Efforts were made to improve the condition of women like abolition of sati, encouragement of widow remarriage, abolition of child marriage. Tribal societies were integrated into mainstream society. The traditional education system was replaced by Western education system, which led to the birth of English educated middle class of India. India and colonial perspective. In 1817, James Mill, a Scottish economy and political philosopher, wrote 3 volumes named A History of British India, which contained the following points about India. History was divided into 3 categories, namely Hindus, Muslim, British, on the basis of the ruler of different period. According to Mill, all Asian societies were at lower level than European civilization. This point means that European civilization was superior to Asian countries. According to him, Hindus and Muslim rulers had ruled India and there was huge intolerance against the religion of each other. Some social evils were also present, such as caste system, superstitious beliefs, etc. According to him, it was necessary to introduce European education and manners to them for their upliftment. Them means to Indians. Sources of modern history. There are a number of sources which we use to understand the modern period of Indian history. Number 1, administrative records. Number 2, surveys and mappings. Number 3, other sources. Administrative records. The Britishers were of a view that each and every policy and agreement should be recorded so that it could be studied and debated if needed. This led to an administrative culture of writing memos, reports, etc. Records rooms were maintained within the offices of Tahsildar, Commissioner's Office and Law Courts. Specialized institutions like archives and museums were made in order to preserve important records. Calligraphists were also appointed in order to copy the important document. Calligraphist means the person who wrote in beautiful handwriting. Calligraphist, the one who writes beautifully. Surveys and mappings. The practice of survey became very important during the time of Britishers. They wanted to know India in order to administer it properly. So they conducted detailed survey for the following reason. Number 1. To map out India, to know the soil quality, to check the suitability of different crops, to know the flora and fauna, to know the local histories. Some of the surveys conducted were as follows: botanical survey, archaeological survey, forest survey, zoological survey. So children, here the point to be noted is that Britishers were unaware of India. So they started surveying in order to know the details of India in depth. So they started surveying and mapping Indian territories. Other sources. Personal diaries of personalities like Jawaharlal Nehru and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Newspaper like Kesari by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Popular books like The Discovery of India and Glimpses of World History. Autobiographies of personalities like Mahatma Gandhi. Accounts of travelers and pilgrims. All of this give a deep insight into the lives of common people of India. Thank you. Have a nice day.